2 pink lines. For most of the world, this is a moment of champagne popping, jumping up and down and calling your mom. It's the start of a fairy tale. But for you, you're staring at that stick and you don't feel like you're floating. You feel like the floor just dropped out from under you. Your heart isn't fluttering with excitement. It's pounding with terror. Today, we aren't just going to talk about thinking positive. We are going to talk about how to survive the next 9 months without losing your mind. I'm going to share the lie of magical thinking. 3 biblical anchors to hold you when the waves hit you. And a specific fear script to use when panic takes over. Hi friends, I'm Becky. Welcome back to A Lot About Loss. If you are new here, I'm a Christian author and a mom who has walked through the valley of child loss and the terrified journey of pregnancy that followed. We call it pregnancy after loss, or PAL for short. And honestly, it is one of the bravest things a woman can do. It is choosing to love again when you know exactly how much it costs to lose. When I got pregnant with my rainbow baby, I thought I would be relieved. Instead, I spent months holding my breath. I was checking for blood every time I went to the bathroom. I was analyzing every symptom. If I felt sick, I was miserable. If I didn't feel sick, I was panicked. The moment I saw those 2 lines, I got so mad at God. I cried harder than I had in months because I wanted my Gracie back. Not this new child that felt like a replacement. Fast forward, she wasn't a replacement, but the enemy tells us differently when he sees our vulnerability. The world tells you, just relax. Stress is bad for the baby, right? Which by the way, is the least helpful thing you can say to an anxious mother. So let's take the pressure off right now. You do not have to enjoy every minute of this pregnancy to be a good mother. You do not have to be fearless to be faithful. Today, we're going to look at how to carry both joy and terror at the same time, and how to invite God into the middle of that mess. First, we need to dismantle a defense mechanism that almost all of us use. Psychologists call it foreboding joy, but I call it magical thinking. It sounds like this. If I don't get too attached, it won't hurt as much if I lose this baby. Or if I don't buy the onesie, I won't be devastated, right? If I don't tell anyone, I can protect myself from the pain. We treat joy like it's a jinx. We think that by withholding our love and excitement, we are building a shield against potential grief. We think we can outsmart the pain, right? But here is the hard truth I've learned. I cannot prepay the cost of grief. If God forbid you were to lose this baby, having held back your joy would not make the loss hurt one bit less. It would still crush you. Grief doesn't care if you bought the crib or not. Grief doesn't care if you announced it on Facebook or not. All magical thinking does is rob you of the joy you have today, right now. C.S. Lewis once said, "To love at all is to be vulnerable." You cannot protect yourself from the risk of love. So I want to give you permission to detach your fear from the outcome. Your fear does not mean something bad is happening. It just means you remember the trauma. And your joy does not jinx the baby. It is okay to love this baby today, even if you're terrified of tomorrow. So when the panic attacks come, and they will, what do we hold on to? I want to give you 3 biblical anchors. These aren't just platitudes. They're lifelines. Anchor number 1, the when, not if. Psalm 56:3 says, "When I am afraid, I put my trust in you." Notice what it doesn't say. It doesn't say, if I am afraid. It doesn't say, I will never be afraid because I have faith. The psalmist expects fear to show up when I am afraid. This verse validates the fear is a part of the human experience. Being afraid doesn't mean you don't trust God. It means you are human. The faithful act isn't not feeling fear. The faithful act is what you do with the fear when it arrives. You put it in His hands. So in the wilderness, God gave the Israelites manna, but only enough for one day. If they tried to hoard it for the week, it rotted. Pregnancy after loss requires manna faith. You cannot borrow grace for the delivery room when you are only 6 weeks pregnant. You cannot borrow grace for the 20-week scan when you are only 8 weeks along. God promises to give you enough strength for today, just today. Can you survive today? Yes? Then that, my friend, is enough. Psalm 139 tells us that God is knitting this child together. He is intimately involved in the process. And when you feel out of control, remember that you are the vessel, not the manufacturer. The heavy lifting of creating life is being done by God. You can release the burden of keeping this baby alive with your mind. God is holding them even closer than you are. Okay, let's get practical. What do you do at 2:00 a.m. when you wake up in a cold sweat? Or when you're in the waiting room for an ultrasound and you feel like you're going to pass out? I want you to have a script, a pre-written battle plan for your brain. When trauma hits, our logic brains turn off, right? We can't think clearly. So I want you to screenshot this next frame and keep it on your phone. Acknowledge, I am feeling afraid right now, and that is okay. Separate, this fear is a memory from the past. It is not a prophecy of the future. And truth, this is a different pregnancy. This is a different baby. God is with me right now. In action, I will take 3 deep breaths and trust God with this next minute. Read that out loud. This fear is a memory from the past. It is not a prophecy of the future. Your body is remembering the trauma, and it's trying to protect you. Thank your body for trying to protect you, but tell it, we are safe right now. This is a new story. Friend, this journey is not easy. It's okay if you limp through it. It's okay if you cry through it. God is not disappointed in your anxiety. He is walking right beside you. If you're feeling like you need someone to walk this path with you daily, not just in a 10-minute video, but every single morning, I wrote my book, Joy Does Return, specifically for you. It's the book I wish I had after my daughter died 13 years ago. I poured my heart into these pages so you wouldn't have to feel alone in the dark. You can find the link to grab a copy in the description below. So here's my prayer for you today. May you trust the one who holds tomorrow more than you trust your fears. May you find the courage to love this baby today. And may you know deep in your bones that joy really does return. Now, I know that one of the biggest triggers in pregnancy after loss is a doctor's appointment. The ultrasound room can feel like a trauma scene. So I want you to click on this video right here, How to Handle Anxiety Surviving the Ultrasound. And in that video, I walk you through a specific routine to get you from the waiting room to the table without falling apart. Click right there. And I'll see you in the next video.